We're the Hidradenitis SuppuraDIVAS. If you've got HS, you'll want to meet us. It's not your fault, put the shame to a halt. HS divas know how to have a ball. The Hidradenitis SuppuraDIVAS. Put the shame to a halt, cause it's not your fault.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hidradenitis SuppuraDIVAS. This is Social Cyd here. I'm here with HS Connect and Ms. Brindley. Today we are just honestly gonna powwow, just talk about just the typical HS things. Need to know a little bit of our stories, kind of just like a little mashup episode. Might be the one we carry us out the season with, just to have a little bit of fun. So today we want to just talk about what a lot of things that we see come up in comment sections, or things that we feel may be worth repeating in the HS community when it comes to honestly just anything. People want to know what kind of body wash you can use. Should be using scented stuff? What should I stay away from? Where should I shop? All the things. So I know I really try my best to, I'm not an ingredient junkie because ain't nobody got time.
Well, I don't even know what all of that means anyway.
Yeah, literally. No, I'll follow some people who can break it down in plain language to what some harmful ingredients are. I think everybody, honest, at the end of the day, we're doing the best we can. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it shouldn't be our responsibility, unfortunately, to make sure the things that we're putting on our skin, like lotions and body washes and things, are safe. But unfortunately, it is something that we have to start paying a little bit more attention to, especially living with HS. Our skin is already so delicate and sensitive and goes through all of the things. So we just want to make sure that when you're putting topical things on your skin, we know how good, we want to smell, because odor can be one of the things that stress us out day by day. Am I draining? Does it smell? If I can smell, I know somebody else can smell me. I know I don't really deal with the fear of odor from drainage because I'm just not in that season of my HS right now. But the sweating from hyperhidrosis and feeling like I might smell like onions, feeling like I, am that girl at the gym who stinks, and also just my vaginal health. I feel like because I have HS so intimate down there, it's something that I struggled with for a really long time, finding products that were not only going to make me feel clean, but going to help take care of the smell down there, but not also affect and make my pH go off the charts. So I just want to talk a little bit about some products that I found that have been working for me. Right now, I had Pink Nookie send me a PR package, and they are a Black-owned business. Shout out to her, girl. And she sells all natural feminine hygiene products. And so it was really amazing to see that it was another recommendation that I end up trying because of the community itself. I've been using Pink Nookie. It's helping me, yada, yada, yada. I encourage everybody to go follow them on Facebook, because the Nookie group literally is filled with women who they share the vulnerability of, hey, listen, I think I have BV, or I have HS and I'm worried about odor down there. What product should I be using? And she's so active in the groups, the CEO of the company. And so that's just so special to me. That's how I knew, listen, I want to try your products, because I love the support that you give the community. She knows that, HS is not our fault. And so she just wants to help us in any way that she can. So I know, I personally last night went home, took a shower, used the Nookie body wash. It does have that peppermint added in there, so if you're sensitive to peppermint, because it can make your skin have that cooling sensation. So I did notice I probably wouldn't want to put that on a flare area, but it's it's for my arms, it's for my legs, it's for my belly. I have been using the African washcloths also instead of a loofah, because I heard from y'all once again that loofahs hold a lot of bacteria. So that was an easy swap for me. Instead of paying $2, $3, $5 for a loofah every 2 to 3 weeks, using the African washcloths, you can actually wash them, which is crazy. I won't go that far, because they were really affordable on Amazon. I think it was $12, and it came with a pack of 8. So they just don't hold as much bacteria. So using that with a good body wash, I'm already noticing it's helping with the odor. It's helping with my confidence. I was able to be TMI intimate with my husband last night, because her products also help you'll see in the Facebook group with kind of like a sex drive boost, and so I was like, I kind of want to try that as well. And it was a good time. So I was like, this is something the HS community needs to know about, just because sometimes we can feel like it's really hard to get in the mood and feel sexy and pump ourselves up. But I was like, just a good shower with good products last night made me feel confident enough to be like, oh my God, So that's a brand that's working for me. What's a brand that's working for you?
For me, it's Clean Body Wash. It does a great job for me. And I mean, I'm naturally a fan because we started working with Clean when HS Connect was like a little baby. Yeah. And we tried their products. Both Denise, the co-founder of HS Connect, and I have tried their products. And we use their body wash religiously in our house. We also actually did a survey study with Clean Body Wash of 145 HS patients, mostly stage 2 and 3. And most of these people had HS for 10 to 15 plus years. Wow. So like your HS lifers, right? The people who are like, sure, give me your stupid body wash. I'll try it, but it's not going to make a difference. Yeah. And then we followed them. All they did was use the body wash for 4 weeks. And we checked in with them at baseline, 2 weeks, and then 4 weeks. And we had overwhelming results. There were like 63% of the people who had a decrease in the duration of their flares, like how long their flares lasted, and then a decrease in the same percentage about decrease in the number of flares that they had. Mm-hmm. And you guys, this is just with adding a body wash, like not a medication, nothing. It's just switching out a product in your shower. The nice thing about it too is you can add a dab of it onto a flare if you feel something coming up, and leave it on there for as long as you want. Usually like you can leave it overnight if you're going to shower in the morning. Sometimes it's enough to just like cut the flare off. It just stops getting bigger and goes away. Or it may just not get as big as it usually would if you didn't put anything on it. And so that amount of success with just a body wash change is actually more effective than most medications can be when it comes to HS. So it was a really interesting thing because when we set out to do it, I had no idea what to expect. You know, we're just like, hey, we know this works for us, but what does this look like for the rest of the HS community? Because we know HS is such an individual disease. So that was an amazing thing. And it also, they have a sport wash and a regular body wash. And they also have a shampoo that you can use as a body wash.
And don't they like have body washes for a specific team? Like, don't they provide their body wash to a specific sports team?
I don't know. I think they're in Dallas, so maybe somewhere around there.
It just speaks the links to the brand and the quality of it when you know people of that capacity are using it, and then just the amount of people who have tried it since it's been, the flare care kits have been going out and things like that. We have not seen any bad things said about Clean. And I mean, it's just branded really well. Clean skincare. It makes you feel clean. It will, because that's a problem with a lot of us. That's why we use heavily scented products, is because we just want to at least smell clean. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we never really feel clean. We get out the shower and we're like, oh my gosh, like that stench is still there. And so, but we are harming ourselves by using products and things from, if you want to get the cute soap from Bath and Body Works, sis, the hand soap is what I'm talking about. I know the little cute Christmas trees and all of that, it's cute. Like, do that to your hands, if as long as you don't have no eczema or psoriasis, my best friend, I'm not talking to you. You need to use Clean hand
They have a hand wash too, yes.
But, be cautious of those because there is so much fragrance. I mean, I can't even go walk past a Bath and Body Works without, like, a headache trying to, like, creep in. Like, it's just too much for our skin to handle to use all of that stuff on our skin. Like the lotions and the body washes and things like that. Yeah,
and if you have... obviously people with HS are more prone to having other skin conditions as well, eczema, psoriasis, atopic dermatitis, anything like that. So you can use their shampoo, which is a little bit of a heavier duty version, a little bit more bang for your buck in there. Yeah. You can use that as a body wash too if you really need extra. So that's nice that you can use their product that way, and it really does help with hair care as well.
Yeah.
So if you're having an issue with scalp, that may be something you want to try. If you are going to order their product, we do have great coupon discounts on our site on the product suggestion page at hsconnect.org. So definitely check that out before you order. You can order it on Amazon, I think, but you don't get the discount. So go straight to their website.
It's just more expensive. I think if you were ordering it on Amazon, it's more like a shipping thing to see if you could get it faster, but it's worth the wait being able to use the discount.
I think it's $10.50 off your first purchase, which is a pretty hefty discount. So.
And the shampoo actually is really good also for curly textured hair. I've used it time and time again. I do have to double cleanse. I'm just a double cleanser, period. Like, the HS in me, I'm like, all right, let's do it twice.
Yep, do it again.
So there's times that I double cleanse, or there's times that I mix the clean shampoo with like a different shampoo that I'm using to, keep your dye in place and things like that. So don't be afraid to kind of like mix them up. But I have experienced the HS on the back of that neck before. And yeah, that was enough for me to be like, all right, well, we're going to make sure that we use the clean shampoo because another thing for me, getting HS behind the ears is why I knew I wanted to try the clean shampoo also. And it plays a huge role in how I style my hair as also a Black girl. I know a lot of people like want us to step into our natural hair era and like love our curl and our coil, and I love them so much, but the amount of product I have to put in my hair to keep it moisturized when it's in its natural state is insane. The sheen spray, the curl moisturizer, the curl activator, the mousse, it's just too much, and all that buildup behind my ears day in and day out, literally, like, it just causes a flare. So I rather blow out my hair, figure out how to style it for a couple weeks. I probably wash my hair like every 12 to 14 days, and that's just because I've had to alter how I style it and how I maintenance it because of the HS behind the ear. But I never felt like I had permission to do that until I was like,
just make a
this is HS behind the ear. I thought it was just acne, I just thought I had the worst skin in the world. But finding out like all of these places you can get HS, and it probably is HS, I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta take a little bit better care of it. So I make the steps to just make my life a little bit easier. And so maybe that's not the same thing for you, and you're like, well, no, girl, I gotta wash my hair every day to make sure that I don't flare or whatever it looks like, or the oiliness in your hair, whatever. We're all different, but I just want to give you permission. Like, it's okay if you're not out here washing your hair with some regular schedule, like on Mondays is wash day. Like, I have no idea when my next wash day will be.
She's like, oh, it's hair wash day, and it's like an alarm on her phone, but she'll be like, oh, my hair feels so greasy. I'm like, then just wash it. I'm like, I don't know.
Like, it's not for 2 more days.
Right? Why do we have to stick to a schedule?
Yeah, no, I even took routine like out of my morning, like any kind of vlog that I'm doing, because I was just lying. I'm like, there is no routine in my life. I am just a mom of 3, soon to be a mom of 4, like trying to make it through the day.
Trying to get out
and
of
if
the
it
door
looked like this today, I almost guarantee you it did not look like this tomorrow.
It's winning. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to touch on that we've seen so much of, and it's always of interest to people, and every time we post anything about it, it's eye-opening how many people are like, oh my God, I had no idea that was part of HS, is the DEPs.
Yes.
So DEPs are the lovely little blackhead-looking like things that come up next to your HS. It's typically the first sign of HS. They're double-ended sumacomedones. Yes. So do not pick them. Leave them alone. Sometimes picking at them can cause flares. So you kind of just want to let them be, do their own thing. Listen, we can sit here and tell you all day long not to pick them, and we're guilty of doing the same thing occasionally until I realize that I'm like preaching something I should be doing myself. But damn, we know it's hard to leave them alone.
Yeah. Now I'm pretty I'm not doing too bad right now, because I can't, like, the ones, my favorite to pop are the ones in between my thighs, because they just go through this like period like once a month where they like rise almost closer to the surface of my skin. So like I can almost like feel them, and I'm like, I swear I can pop you. And then once I pop one and I feel how hard it is, I am literally disgusting, okay? You guys don't even want to know.
You probably would be surprised at how many people do the same thing I do too.
I need to smell it. Like, people, when I put it on video on my vlogs, they're like, the fact that you smell it. And I'm like, I cannot stop my brain from like needing to know that it smells terrible. I don't know.
Or I do like between my fingers.
Yes,
like,
all the time. I literally, listen, people have a hair wall, right, in their shower. Like, people who shed hair, they put it on the wall. It's such a weird thing. Somebody made a TikTok the other day and they put I love you with their hair from the shower. And people were so triggered in the comments. Like, this is so disgusting. But it was the realness for me. I just love the real corners of the internet, okay? But for me, I don't have a hair wall. My hair falls out in the shower, but it just clogs up the drain. But me, I have a flare wall in my shower. And you can just see, like, when I have spent too much time before I actually got in the shower, or like I'm in the shower but like not where the water's hitting me because I can't get it slippery or messing with my grip. Like, and I will pop them and I just get so obsessed with how they feel and like the blackhead part of it,
yes,
and like
and how
the
much
thickness
is like
and I'll just put it on my wall, and it is so terrible to do. It's so disgusting, but every time I go clean my shower, I'm like, this was a good day.
Yeah.
You know, like,
bye guys.
Look at all these DEPs I got to pop. And I know we just told you guys not to do it, but we all like are guilty of doing it. But I also will tell you, I'm guilty of self-inducing a flare, basically, because I regret it every time after. But when I'm feeling it in between my fingers, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Do you pick at night, like when you aren't even aware that you're doing it?
Yeah, I could pick for hours, and the problem, I have to stop myself after a little bit because I get triggered by like the old bad Sydney who used to like do it for wrong reasons. So yeah, it is terrible. It's one of my biggest.
I wake up at night
habits.
in the middle of the night sometimes, like picking. And I'm like, I'm not even cognizant that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Especially like
if I'm wearing shorts,
thighs,
I'll just be sitting watching TV, just like trying to fill and squeezing.
I'm
like,
constantly telling my kid, like when we're downstairs watching TV or something, I'm like, stop picking.
It's insane.
I know, it's so hard to do. And I think you don't even notice it becomes part of a habit that you have.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard to stop doing that.
It is. It could be an obsession for sure.
But don't do it because really it's not the best thing.
I mean, and it's just the DEPs, because I know like the ones who have like stage 2, stage 3 HS are like, bitch, I would never pop a flare.
Yeah.
Never in my life have I ever been like, oh, I could just pop this. Like this dime-sized flare. No, absolutely not. We're just going to let her run her course. Add some My Magic Killer. Y'all know that is my product right there. And I know it's just not for everybody, and I just want to preface this by saying that because I know we have, well, I've been talking about My Magic Killer for over a year now because I've been using it for over a year now, and I know it's just, she's grown to a lot of lengths, and I love to see the success in the company and how many lives she can impact, not just with HS, but like I said, she helps my son's eczema so much. He was at a performance yesterday. Josh said he didn't sing. He didn't know the words to the song. He's just up there scratching. And I was like, why did you not, like, but it was Josh. If a mom would have been there before I saw the scratching, I had My Magic Killer in my purse, we would have took care of that. But it's like, it doesn't just help me. It helps my son. It helps my sister. It helps my best friend in so many different ways. And so it's going to be the first thing that I try to put on this new baby if any skin problems pop up, because it's just natural. It gives me that safe peace of mind that, you know, I don't have to have Carter. He is only 4 years old out here, like fully on steroids to manage his eczema. As long as we keep his skin moisturized with My Magic Killer, it does a really good job. So just know that my heart is always in the right place when you see me promoting that product, that it genuinely has changed the way I look at my flare care and my self-care routine. And it kind of just really gave me the permission to romanticize that a little bit for myself, because there was plenty of nights before where I was like, skincare routine, what's that? We got water. Like, you know, falling asleep with my makeup on. I mean, I'm still very guilty of that. My daughter will tell you in a hurry. She's such a snitch. She's like, your makeup. I see. I'm like, mind your business, girls.
Yeah, keep
like,
going what you're doing.
My pillowcase, not yours.
Yeah.
But being able to do my skincare with you guys most nights a week, it is usually the highlight of my day, and my magic killer is like the highlight of my skincare routine until it ain't. So when it's not, you guys will definitely know about it. I do want to do a good job at providing alternatives at this point for other people who are like, well, it didn't work for me. Listen, that's going to happen. That's normal.
It happens with
every
everything
product.
in HS,
Yeah.
yes.
So I do want to start talking about like alternatives. I can't get with the Vicks, y'all. I'm sorry. And that's just another thing of like, you know, different things work for different people. But if you're using Vicks, good for you.
Please don't use it on open flares though, because
'cause that's so
camphor
dangerous.
poisoning is a real thing. It's don't use it on open flares.
But I guess the menthol in the Vicks helps with like
I
some
think it
kind of
changes the
soothing
sensation.
Yeah,
that
which I can
detracts
totally
from the
see.
pain,
But
yeah.
I'm like, it's just in my brain categorized when you're sick. So I'm just like, we'll save it for that. I've heard great things about Manuka honey. I'll keep my eye out for a good Manuka honey like product.
You want to make sure it's medical grade is the main thing when it comes to Manuka honey, because there are a lot of different options, but you want to make sure you're using medical grade.
Yes. I don't know what else there is that I personally do. I know being pregnant, I take my prenatals very skeptically, but I do take my vitamin D because it was so low. We drink our water. When I quit being pregnant, like I could just quit.
I'm out.
Just clock out. When the baby comes, you guys will see the shift in my content like you have before. I knew this was my last pregnancy, and I didn't want to stress myself out with all of the like clean eating, and I was sick for a long time, so there was no eating. So it was vomit and water. But so I didn't want to put the pressure on myself to have this perfect pregnancy. I just wanted to enjoy being able to carry a child one last time without the stresses of like everything else. So when the baby drops, we'll be drinking more water and, you know, taking more supplements. And of course, y'all know the gym is our thing when we are not pregnant. So I'm excited for what's to come. And, you know, all of the things that I happen to be using, I will share it with you guys 100%. But there is a product suggestion page on hsconnect.org, and everything that she has on the product suggestion page is actually linked in my Amazon storefront in my bio. So I made it super, super easy for you guys if you want to shop the products and not just look at them and have to go from app to app. Just go click the link in my bio, go to my Amazon storefront. It's underneath the Hidradenitis SuppuraDIVAS finds, and it just is an easy place for you to add new things that you haven't tried, or if you need to stock up on some gauze, stock up on some Coban, stock up on some tape. Like, those things are okay, you guys. I remember feeling like Josh is going to think I'm trying to be a Grey's Anatomy surgeon in here, all this medical stuff that I started ordering. But
my gosh,
it's necessary to have. It's better to need it and have it, and not like need it and wait for Amazon or whatever it is. If you're looking for more affordable options, I love me some Dollar Tree. Okay, it'll get you right.
Yeah, just be cautious. I mean, gauze and stuff from there, I think is
yeah,
but like medication.
Oh no, don't get your supplements from the Dollar Tree anything like that. But your gauze or tape or anything like that, like I love getting my Vaseline from Dollar Tree. Like I'm gonna get a deal, you know? So
well, and tape, not all tape is created equal either. And you know, people say that they have allergies to tape, which is definitely a thing, especially with our uberly sensitive skin.
Mm-hmm.
So different tapes to try would be like Hypafix,
it
HYP.
Just sticks to my skin so tough.
So in a good way when you need it to stick, but sometimes it can be like in a bad way when you're trying to take it off.
Yeah. I just have, because I'm stage 3 on my butt and on my thighs, I just think I am, like last night I made my vlog and I was a Coban girly before bed because of the one on my thigh. And I thought about wearing my Hydra wear, but sometimes when you sleep, you just like shift too much, you know? So the Coban really worked for me. I did have to start ordering like the thicker one so it doesn't fold up. But I love that it comes with different colors. I can make it match my underwear. It's cool, you know? But like, yeah, I think Hypafix is great for when it's more like not gonna cover other affected HS areas. Pulling it off, she saw me pull it off in a video one time. She was like, if you don't, what'd you tell me to use?
You have to like hold below where you're starting to pull up, so like your skin is taut. It makes it easier to rip off that way instead of like as you're lifting it, your skin is lifting too, you know?
I was like,
and I'm like, what are you doing? Yes. And you can, sometimes you can use saline to kind of help like loosen it a little bit. But yes, and it's great for affixing when you need things not to move. But then sometimes, yes, when you're taking it off, it can. One of the things that we've always done is like we play gauze origami. So, because you can have issues when you're putting tape over the same spot over and over and over and over. So we play gauze origami where we like fold it differently each time. So you're not putting tape over the same exact spot. So it kind of gives your skin a little bit of a reprieve. Hypafix apparently is making a sensitive skin tape too. So I haven't tried it myself yet. I don't think it's available on Amazon yet, but so that may be an option for people. There's surgical tape, there's cloth tape, there's paper tape. There's so many different kinds
options
of
to try.
tape.
And then the like wound bandages too. I do really like Medline has never really damaged or hurt my skin as I take it off, and they are really good for like what they can hold as far as the drainage versus just using
so those are typically
like
called like bordered gauze.
Yes, the
is
best.
What when you're looking up something like that, it would be like a potentially like a 4x4 square in the center with bandage around it, so they'd be called bordered gauze if you're looking for something like that. They also, there's silicone versions of those too, which are much softer and easier to take off as well.
Nice.
So you can like look up an Amazon silicone bordered gauze and it'll pull that up. That's one of those is the cloud bandage that we use that has that like really soft center. So there's a ton of different things to try. The problem is it gets really expensive trying things over and over and over and over, but that's the game. And then once you find something that sticks, then you shout it from the rooftops and you know, buy that in bulk. So yeah,
and we know that it can be pricey, you guys, especially like My Magic Killer. I fully know that like when you see $50 for 4 ounces of a product, you're like, but I promise you it's worth it. If you can't splurge at the time, go to hsconnect.org and order you a flare care kit. If you're in the US, it's $30, shipping is included. International, it's $55, shipping is included, and you'll be able to try a few of these recommendations that we're giving you guys at one time. The clean body wash, the My Magic Killer, the Hypafix, the saline little tubes, there's Dermaleave for anti-itch, steroid-free anti-itch cream. So you'll be able to kind of get a few recommendations in for a more affordable price, see how your skin reacts, see if you like it, don't like it, and then you can go back and make that, you know, that purchase if you want to make a bigger purchase.
In addition to having all of those little samples, it doubles as like an emergency flare care kit, so that there are pieces, there's 4x4 gauze in there, there's like you said the saline tubes that are, you know, individual use, there's Hypafix tape if you have an abscess that bursts open and you need to address it, you can, all of it's right there. It comes with little travel scissors, it comes with some Aquaphor packets, all of those products you had mentioned, the My Magic Killer, Clean Body Wash, Dermaleave. It also has Clean and Cute soap, a little sample of that. It comes with a HS Connect ice pack.
Some cool stickers.
Yeah, just some cool stickers. It's just
a nice thing to have. When she gave it to me, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the best thing. So now I take it with me every time I travel. Everything in there is travel friendly. So it's the best little kit. And then, you know, once you start getting a little fancy, it's nice to have actually multiple of them. Keep one in your car, keep one in your, you know, in the house, keep one in your purse. And then it just gives you that peace of mind. Like we've all probably been there. Like, we just drain at the most inconvenient time.
Oh shit,
I've
what do I
been
do now?
sitting in class before and I'm like, oh my God, like, I gotta wait till everybody gets up after class is over, so I'm the last one to walk out, so I could stand up and assess the chair and put my jacket wrap it around my waist. Like, we've all been there. But if I would have been equipped in high school and in my early adulthood to keep those things in my purse, I would have saved myself a lot of secondhand embarrassment. And an extra pair of panties and pants in the car just does not hurt.
Yeah.
If you have your flares on your inner thighs and your bottom.
Yeah.
Or if you do have them on your underarms, I could totally understand the drainage can be out of control. Keep you an extra shirt or two in your car. Just, it's better to be prepared, you guys. And we are giving ourselves permission to do that and to have that peace of mind had anything happen to you today. I mean, I was running late today, so I feel like a hypocrite because I'm like, I should have wrapped my leg today and I didn't. But because I have all this stuff in my purse, I'm like, I could literally just go do it in the bathroom. So save yourself the trouble.
Yeah, definitely. And the one other thing I wanted to touch on in this episode, because we were kind of talking about it earlier with the DEPs, was the self-lancing thing. We know that it can... we know how much they hurt, you guys. We totally do. If anybody can empathize with you, it's your other HSers. Please don't pop or pick at them. And again, hypocritical. In the past, I would do the same thing because you just want the pain to be over. But please don't, because you're actually creating more damage that you're not even aware of. So you're looking for, quick relief, but it's actually causing further damage underneath the skin that you're not even aware of. So if your flare, it looks like it's close to draining, like the skin is really thin on top, you can kind of see, underneath it, then use heat, and that should bring it to a point of draining. If you're not anywhere near draining and it just hurts like a mother, then use ice.
So what about the ones that have already drained before? They come back and they will drain eventually because they just had that place, right? They created that hole for themselves. Like, is it okay when you are just giving it a little nudge, to like help get it all out?
So there's a difference between popping and squeezing and expressing. So think breast milk when you're trying to express. It's more of like a gentle nudge.
Yeah.
It's not squeezing and intense and popping and all of that stuff. And yes, that can be helpful, especially when something is draining, because that there's more underneath that is trying to come out. But avoid any I don't know how to phrase that, but any kind of harshness. Mm-hmm. So anything that's just gentle.
Don't force it, basically. Like, if it's already flowing, it's okay to help it. I wanted to make sure, it's okay that we do that. And not just, clean up the mess a little bit, put a bandage back over and let it do its thing versus,
And we know it's hard to not go and have them have an incision and drainage done, an IND, but please, again, don't, because what's happening is it's short-term relief for a long-term problem. There's 100% recurrence rate when you have an IND done. And that means they just take a scalpel, slice it open, drain it, and then sometimes they'll pack it, which HS wounds do not need to be packed. There's research backing that. And then it's guaranteed that you'll have a recurrence in that spot. So although you may be looking for that short-term relief, all you're doing is buying yourself time before that bitch is back. And it's hard not to do. And not all flares drain. Some people have flares that come up and then they just reabsorb back and they're gone. So not all flares are going to drain. But then they still leave a bruise. Yeah, or a scar. Yeah, that's the difference. That's the amazing inflammation that's happening under your body, that it's that damaging that it hasn't even, broken the surface of your skin, and yet you're still left with a scar. Mm-hmm. It's fascinating.
It's strange. It's crazy, all of the research being done, and just the more we know, the more I think everybody's mind is blown, and the more we just genuinely know it's never gonna be a one-size-fits-all situation.
That's why we need so many treatment options.
Yeah.
So that everybody, this didn't work, great, next. next.
Yeah.
So right now there's 2 FDA approved treatments, adalimumab or Humira and Cosentyx. And then there are a bunch more in the pipeline.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a ton more coming. So it's an exciting time.
It is an exciting time. And I think even from somebody who was so skeptical of, Western medicine and putting my trust in that kind of treatment plan, I know even I'm excited to try something and just see if it gives me a little bit of relief, because at the end of the day, you guys, that's what we deserve. It's maybe we never live 100% pain-free for the rest of our life. That might be a reach, but to give you a little bit of relief is what we all deserve in this journey. And so we hope that any of these product recommendations or just the HS talk helped you on your journey. Stop picking. We all need to find something better to do.
I know.
Yeah, no INDs, no heavily fragranced stuff on your skin. Just the more you know, the more you feel empowered to just take control of your own journey. And so I hope that's exactly what we were able to do here today. And if you have any other questions or tips or recommendations that were working for you, we would love to see them in the comment section, or reach out on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Hidradenitis SuppuraDIVAS. I hope you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.